How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode review and recap. Today's episode is episode 27, also known as the Beauty Serum. But before I go any further, please do not forget to give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new here, hit the notification bell, be notified of more videos just like this. Yeah, no jokes or anything early on. And actually, I'm gonna test something because I know where I post my videos, and it's funny. Even though audiences, you guys can't see thumbs down, we the creators can, and it means a lot when someone gives a small channel like me a thumbs down, um, because legitimately one or two thumbs downs, especially when it's very hard to get people to engage, means a lot to a channel. So I don't know who you are that's out there that's thumbs downing these videos in particular. Someone does not like my opinion on Digimon Ghost Game. Maybe you don't like the blurbs I put when I put my videos out there. I'm literally challenging you to give me a comment and tell me why you don't like it. Whether you don't like the format of how I'm doing my videos, whether you don't really agree with my opinion, or maybe you think I'm missing something somewhere. I welcome everyone's critiques. I welcome being corrected. I welcome so many things, and it's it's just kind of funny for me. I always tell people, talk to me, right? Tell me anything. And it's ridiculous. Well, ridiculous in my mind. But again, not everyone's gonna agree with you. Not everyone's gonna have the same opinion, and I'm okay with that. But just talk to me. Don't knock down someone who's doing YouTube. And again, your engagement matters. You're knocking down somebody without really talking to them. And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, "Hey, I love everything, and here's the good things. So many good things. I'm gonna ignore all the bad things. I'm not gonna tell you genuinely how I feel because I need you guys to just no. I don't know. I'd rather be honest with you. And with this episode, it's creative how they beat the villain. I'll give them that. But some things don't add up. There's an inconsistency, and maybe I'm wrong, and we'll jump to it, right? This episode starts off, and by the way, the intro of Faction Life, even though the site where I was watching the thing on, or should I say the service I was watching it on, kept jumping, they have included Kano Weissmon in that whole intro. It looks very nice. I'm gonna have to try to find just that separately on YouTube to make sure there's nothing else I missed. And now they put in that stupid Snowplowmon, that thing that should have got killed too, but I ain't gonna get in that one. Um, and now it's a guy called I think it's called Tari-kun. Where's this guy? Yeah, a dude called Toshi-kun's Urban Legends. He's talking about people here running water, and suddenly a lady in her apartment, she's like, "Oh, this is the third time, and I've tightened it as much as I can." Then the water comes out, suffocates her face, and as dude is saying this, she disappears in a of water because dude's going like, "Yeah," and apparently, people hear these drops, and after the second one, people just vanish, and there's nothing but water everywhere. Ooh, it's spooky. He's basically a YouTuber because at the end of the video has that little box right there that says subscribe, watch more videos. He's a spooky man tuber, which is it's cool. He wears a bag over his head, but whatever. And it's coincidental because Hero and Jellymon are going through this guy's site. Of course, Kirishio's hiding over with a comforter over his head. Gammamon is beside him. And he's like, "Gammamon, is it safe?" And Gammamon's like, Kyo asks if it's safe. And no, they're going through it. And when Jellymon questions Hero why did he has an interest in this site all of a sudden, Hero's like, "Well, I've noticed a lot of urban legends are technically Digimon, and with all the Digimon stuff we've come across, I just want to go through some of these and see maybe if there's clues, right?" Thank you. I was literally saying last review, you guys have heard about most of these things, most of the hologram ghosts, or most of the ghost stuff being Digimon. We can go all the way back until close to the single digits. Remember with Repamon, who made an appearance when the Digimon got turned into bugs? When Repamon was in his particular episode, there was the virus version of Kyubimon. I can't remember its name at the moment, but the Dark Fox was like, "Yeah, I just helped a lady. She dropped her purse and she's gonna get hit by a car, so I helped her." And all of a sudden, everybody brings me offerings because they think I'm a spirit or a ghost or whatever. That has been a constant, and I don't know when the characters suddenly forgot. It's probably the showrunners, and again, you may think I'm talking crap, but after the Digimon Fest, listening to the showrunners for this show, I question their abilities a lot. And it's crazy because there are great threads throughout this show. I told someone, don't know if I think it might have been on Facebook or Twitter, but I told someone, follow me on Twitter. I told someone, how would I describe Ghost Game? Tons of potential, but they dropped the ball. And you pick the ball back up because dude goes, yeah, some of these are blah 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 blah. And he's gone through a lot of stuff. The Invisible Hand. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't bother writing a lot of stuff down, but I did. But he came across the whole splish splash, taking a bath, the water thing. And during this part, Yaman has been crunching on ice. He calls it crunchy. He just says crunchy. And later on today, he's biting on the vacuum cleaner. Hero's like, "Don't bite that." He's like, "Well, I want more ice. I want more crunchy." He's like, "We can go down." Now, the young lady who works at their desk at night, her name is Najima-san. She hears the splish splash. I was taking a bath, and when she goes to try to turn it off, this water comes out, goops her on the face. I'm like, okay, water ball jutsuing her, gonna drown this one too and take her. And it comes out and says, "Oh, this is exquisite." And the coolest thing is we see this water morph into a face, eyes roll forward, skeleton, and the body appears, and it is a Digimon that we have seen before in Cross Wars. It is Splish Splash Splashmon. Boop, boopity boop boop. That's what Splashmon looks like. Boopity boop. Very plain Jane, and for whatever reason, they drew a butt on him. But you know what's interesting? We saw Splashmon in Digimon Adventure 2020 reboot. He was like this. It was just like that. And I remember telling somebody it wasn't that Splashmon, and someone tried to say, "No, it's not. No, it is him. This is the dark virus form that Devimon had summoned to fight him." Apparently, when Splashmon unzips all those zippers, that is his true form. So I'm going to assume that based on the ending of this episode, we will probably see him again. But give me a second, I haven't gotten there yet. Let's read about this guy. He's an ultimate level aquatic beastman, virus type, right? He's part of the Big Death Stars. He's a general of the Water Tiger Army. By changing itself into liquid and moving from liquid to liquid, it's able to take the shape of a human or Digimon at will. For this reason, spying is his specialty. Yep. And it puts all the information it acquires together and relays it to its cyborg Digimon to implement its strategies. No matter the tactics, it always puts being beautiful at its top priority. And its personality is such that it rejects tactics that will sully its own beauty. Although it leads an army, its faith is only in its own beauty, so it doesn't have an iota of anything like mutual trust, even for the Digimon in its army. I won't mention the cute multicolored creatures called Drippin that are around it because they are not in here. They are in Cross Wars though. He has a couple moves. He has a poisonous force that paralyzes the force's chain of command. Hydro pressure, which he shoots a high pressure water beam. He did do this one. And bead drown, which instantly gathers trace elements and converts them into liquid around the opponent's head. The the water, the water thing jutsu. So pretty powerful Digimon, right? Another ultimate. And yes, if you also complain that I'm complaining about all the ultimates, it's weird. This show, my favorite form of Digimon, like, was ultimates because a lot of my favorites are there. You have Metal Greymon and its splinter forms and Metal Tyrannomon. I like a lot of ultimate level Digimon, also known as perfect level Digimon in Japan. I like a lot of them, but man, they really overdo this whole ultimate thing. Now, here's what she looks like as a little water ball. And I saw a couple people say that this is way too scary. Nah, way too dark. Not, I mean, This show has a lot of body dysmorphia. Like, remember Atajamon turning people into Atajamon plants? Remember last week's episode where the stupid egg ate people's souls and spit their bodies out as sand? Literally double homicide. Just. What about the other one where a guy burned until he turned into nothing? Digimon are legitimately a problem, and I would not be opposed to, at the end of this series, the digital gate being closed off. Hero's dad is a menace if he's bringing these guys over. That's all I'm trying to say. So, dude puts his finger in her face, literally goes through her cheek, digital stuff, pulls out, says, "You will be perfect for the material essence." And she turns into water. She's screaming. He loves, apparently, the fear and terror in humans. It's so tasty and all this other crap. And while Hero and Garomon were trying to get nice, they were looking for Najima. They heard all the splish splashing, came in like, "It's a Digimon. I got bad vibes." Went into attack. His headbutt did nothing to his face, but he cut some of his water, and that's when dude goes crazy. Like I read, like, "Give me my beautiful locks," and pounds him into the wall. So again, another ultimate. This one's particularly strong. Um, and dude just escapes. He escapes right back through the pipes. Now, apparently, a bucket fell on a piece of him and stuck around. They bottled it and they kept it. They catch up with the gang to tell him what's going on, to tell him about the water, people being turned into water, all this other stuff. And he says, "Hey, I got this right here. Maybe it'll lead us to it." And then Goramon, of course, tells everybody who Splashmon is. That's what Angoromon's good for. And now this Bishojo thing is in the aquarium because their whole deal is, well, we're gonna track him through this, but first it's like he can be anywhere, right? Dude's in the aquarium, and all these water droplets, bunch of women, all these women, and he sticks his finger in there while they're screaming. He's trying to gather it. He wants the ultimate beauty serum. He puts it on his little creepy hand. He goes, "Oh, that's not dewy enough." Get it? Water jokes. And so we just legit now we are getting the straight evil Digimon. Where before they were like, "Oh, this thing here and it doesn't know and it's going crazy." Okay, these guys are kind of misunderstood. They didn't mean to kill people. No, now we're like, "Yeah, you guys are really legitimately trying to murder folks and take over the world." It took 27 episodes, but okay. Well, 25 as of a couple episodes ago. Actually, what was the Arukidimon episode? Was that 24? I think it was 24. 24 or 23. Yeah. We're just straight up going to, we're eating and killing folks now. We're sucking out brains. We're turning we're turning bodies into dust, turning people into water. Again, I don't know how this is the darkest. They've done some pretty creepy and crappy stuff. So, now that they're following this water thing, all of a sudden, he can track them. He can see them through his little water bead. And he's like, "I need more material, so I'm gonna ripen them up." Does the splish splash thing by this faucet because Jelly Mom's going, "Well, we turn it on, we can find them, right?" And Ruly's like, "No, if you do that, people won't have any water to drink." But then all of the humans hear the drip. None of the Digimon hear the drip, which I wish it was a little bit more. I guess it was. I wish it was pointed out more to be like, yeah, only humans hear the drip, not the Digimon. But yeah, they hear it. They're all getting freaky scared, and then Ruly's like, "Yeah, it's probably from that." Again, I wish they would have pointed out that the Digimon didn't hear anything. So they follow it. They get to the aquarium. They're at the aquarium, and they're like, "Okay, he's probably here." And guy's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you." All of a sudden, in one tank, all the water shoots up. All the water's gone. They're just fish flopping. And they're like, "What happened?" "Yeah, all the water just went up in the sky." And they're like, "He was here," and like the little thing is gone. It stops moving. So now he's at the docks. He's by a boat. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna hear the second drip." Okay. Well, the gang separate. It was like Ruli has a late English class. Hero has Burger King. Quite literally, he got Burger King. It looks like a Burger King bag. And Kiyoshiro's with Jellymon. Jellymon's ordering them food online. I guess that's what they normally do. And because he even stutters when he says, she's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "The usual," right? And all of them again hear the drip drop. and they're all freaking out. And Hero's looking at him. He's like, I gotta find out what happens after the second drip. And he's on the website. He's like, everything that happened afterwards, it's just gone. I can't find it. Oh no. And again, they're all freaking out. They can't figure out what's going on. Where am I at here? They're all free. And here's the thing. I'm glad I checked my notes. They all freeze and they're all like just scared. You have Digimon. You legitimately have Digimon partners with you. Even if dude came out and waterball jutsu'd your head, someone would be like, no, get that shit off. Correct me if I'm wrong, person that disagrees with me. Don't you think that's correct? I think it's correct, right? Yeah, I'm probably being a little petty, but who cares? So Ruli is afraid. Like she's just everything she hears that's dripping. And Gorman tells her just don't walk across this little water line because someone's cleaning the sidewalk. There's people with water bottles. She's hearing everywhere. Hero's kind of freaking out. Kirishiro boarded up his room. Hero goes to get him. Then they go to Ruli, and they're all meeting up. And it is confirmed. The Digimon don't hear it, but all of the humans do. So they follow the little thing because he's like, look, we're going to hear it again. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's just go on the attack. And that's smart. I give you credit for that. So they go on the attack. And they go forward. And they like, oh man, it's by the ocean. And Gorman rightfully says he has a lot of advantage here. So they go inside. They're walking through this place. And then they come to the water ball people. And they're like, all of these are people. And dude's like, yeah. So I'm here to turn you guys into he mentions that Kirishiro and Ruli, their essence is oh they're so ripe, it's ready to go. But he's like, Heroes isn't completely ready, which is a subtle thing, but I don't know how. Again, I question how well these writers know subtlety because it's a subtle thing for Hero to be like, yeah, he's afraid, but he's not overcome by his terror. And he's just like, what's the deal? Why you doing all this? And dude goes, yeah, humans are the ultimate ingredient for my beauty serum. And I've been studying humans and the fear. He's like, I've been watching you guys too. And he was like, oh, he's been looking through this. I'm like, yeah, no stuff. I kind of wish you guys would have figured that out when you got to the aquarium. Because even you know, maybe it's because they showed us Splashmon looking through the drop to see them. Maybe that's it. But yeah, so dude's ready. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Garamon does I love that Garamon's like, Hero. So he says, Hero, it's time to evolve. Battle Garamon, Simba and Goramon, Tesla Jellymon. Dude does the hydro pressure thing. It looks really cool. It reminds me of Android 21's one of her level 1 supers with the beam. And he turns on all the sprinklers and he comes from behind Gamamon because all the sprinklers are on and it's misty and he can't see and turns Battle Garamon into water. He's a water ball now. And Sambira and Gormon's like, we need to get out of here. We are at a disadvantage. Hero, let's just go. We'll figure this out. So they run. They're going through a hallway. Sprinklers bursting on. Dude does the beat down and puts the water ball over Hero's head. And Goromon's like, he doesn't have to have his partner around to save him. Slashes it off, which again furthers my point of you guys have partners. And as long as you all stick together, no one's going to let anybody else die. The funniest thing, and one of my favorite parts, is he comes up from behind Tesla Jellymon and does the water thing into her cheek, and she goes, really? She literally goes, oh, really? And it's hilarious. Because then, of course, she's turning to water, but I love the fact that when she gets hit, she's like, damn. Where am I at here? So they continue running, and they're outside on this upper deck of this looks like a cruise ship. There's a pool, but there's also several shower areas. Dude comes out of the ocean. He's like, "Ha! I'm gonna get you." Goes from he's just crossing over the boat, going into the water, and he's just causing all these little water lines, kind of making like a water cage. And Kyo goes, Hero, what do you remember? Because you studied this the longest out of all of us. And Hero thinks about when Gamamon wanted ice. He's like, Ruli, get us to the Frozone. Frozen Zone, I want to say Frozone. She does a double click. Everything is icy. And the little water streaks he made are frozen. Here is the inconsistency. I thought when they went to the other place, it wasn't actually like that place. Like when it was the winter and they went to the sand zone, there was actual sand there, but it wasn't hot. Like, do they consider sandy and icy to just be conditions and not like an actual temperature? I'm trying to understand it, but that was an inconsistency. Maybe just like they were saying, there'll be ice. Maybe that's how they're looking at it. Who knows? But yeah, everything's frozen. Dude's trying to attack. What was it? The Landalizer attack from Siberian Gormon goes through him. Dude can still turn into water. He tries to escape through a faucet, but he can't. It's frozen. And Hero's like, Ruli, do that little wind thing. They do the wind move, and it starts to make him freeze. Because dude was like, this is not gonna hurt me. He's like, oh no, I'm freezing. And of course, Kirishiro tells us, oh, removing the heat, freezing him up makes sense. And dude's trying to get there, but no, they completely freeze Splashmon, which frees everybody. Tesla Jellymon, Battle Gamamon, all the ladies, Nijima-san included, they're all freed. And they're all like, cool. No pun intended. Cool. We beat him. What are we going to do with him? Because once he thaws out, we're going to be in trouble. Out of nowhere, here comes BlackTailmon slash BlackAddlemon on the back of a sleigh with a deer Digimon. I could not find this Digimon. It's green, teal, bluish. They come down. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a winter episode, but this thing comes down and the worst editing. So I get what they were doing for the comedy part, where like flash different scene, flash different scene, flash different scene. The flash was so abrupt, like having a camera flash like against your eye and flashing it. I did not enjoy that. I've seen that done differently and better, but I get what they were doing because they grabbed Splashmon, wrapped him up in some type of sheet or canvas, tied him to the sleigh, and was ready to go. And it kept going flash, flash, flash. I get what they were doing. Hero gives Black Tailmon a letter for his dad. Like, please give this to him. And Ruli's like, you wrote him a letter? He's like, well, I have had this prepared just in case. Which, again, thank you. You guys are technically smarter than a lot of regular people with Digimon partners. You guys go to these high-tech preppy schools in this alternate timeline future. I expect more of this, especially from Hero, right? We still haven't gotten over the whole fact that Hero always says yes to people. I wish they would have had their own character arcs by now where he learns to say no. But oh yeah, also there was a moment where Garamon had to go pee. Literally says, "Here, I gotta go pee." He takes him to the bathroom. So Digimon actively using the restroom. Who knew? But yeah, it carries him off. And where is my guy? I gotta say the thing. Beauty is in the air. Be as it is literally what be as it may. Dewy skin is short lived like the fleeting water drop. I guess. That's what Angoramon says. Okay. Next episode's gonna be a Shuramon taking people's faces. No nose, no eyes. Just taking people's faces off. Looks like somebody didn't have a mouth either. But yeah. I'll give this a 3. I'm tempted to give it a 3.5 because you beat a stronger Digimon in a very intelligent way. Although we all know, if this was any other season, if this was Digimon Adventure 2020, when they froze him, they would have shattered his butt. I don't know why that didn't run across anybody's mind to go, okay, we froze him. Let's just shatter this guy, right? Like, I get that he can turn into water and can form from water, but if we shatter him and turn him into thousands of tiny pieces, it'd be impossible for him to come back, right? Can't we just evaporate him? I mean, he's been killed and destroyed in other shows. don't know why it would be impossible. I digress. Yeah, 3.5. I found that interesting. I love the reaction that Tesla Jellymon had from being caught. That was funny. Um, that is literally about it. It's the same old, same old. No ball dropped here because there really was nothing to carry. But we're getting more and more evil Digimon. I disagree with anyone that says that this is way too dark. It is the appropriate amount of dark they've been going for. We have had a giant spider lady suck people's brains out in front of other people. We've had a mummy almost kill people by wrapping them up. We had a pumpkin almost chop people's heads off because he wanted to make friends. We have had an egg that have eaten people's souls and turned them into sand. We had the literal Dracula guy try to make ghoul hordes. I mean, people have also turned to stone while screaming as well. There's a lot of body horror in here, and body horror is one of the big things you can scare people with. Junji Ito, also the existentialism, but body horror is right up there. So, 3.5 out of 5. Um, I'm hoping that by episode 30, I get some more plot driven stuff. I need to see some more Black Digimon. I need to see what happens with that. We gotta have some type of actual villain, right? Or is Digimon doomed to go the way of Yokai Watch? Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please and thank you. I'm genuinely mean everyone. I don't care if you agree or disagree or indifferent. I want to know what you think. Don't forget to hit the like button. Like buttons help channels like myself. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified of more videos just like this. Don't forget to share the video so others can see what a great time we're having. As always, thank you for taking some time out to take some time to listen to me. Be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear a mask, guys. Be safe out there, be good to yourself, be good to others, either way it goes. Don't be a jerk. And I will most definitely see you guys next time.